Hey guys, what is going on? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. Now, some of you gamers out there may have received Vanguard on Christmas Day. You open that up and you are looking at the gun list and you're like, what should I level up first? Well, that is what we are here to talk about today. We do have the top 5 best guns to level up first. These are the ones you want to take a look at, some of the absolute best guns in the game here. Now, a lot of these class setups will work for pretty much everyone, sort of at the starting unlock levels of the game. Once you sort of start grinding some of the attachments on these things, a lot of the weapons in this game get very, very powerful. It does take a little while to catch up though. The levels in this game do take quite a long time to punch through, but because it is double XP at the moment, it shouldn't be too bad. So you do want to take a look at some of these weapons first. But just before we do get into it here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we are still looking for 6,000 subscribers, and if we could achieve that, that would be an absolutely fantastic goal to hit. So let's take a look at the top 5 best class setups that you should be looking to unlock here, the top 5 guns that you should start off with in Vanguard if you did open this on Christmas Day. A very easy one to start off with here is, of course, the Cooper Carbine. Now, this is a weapon that is unlocked at tier 15 of the newest Battle Pass in Season 1. And this thing is a really, really nice weapon to start off with. If you've never played Vanguard before, maybe buy the Battle Pass bundle, get this thing unlocked, because some of the best guns and best stats in the game that you can get with this thing are actually unlocked in like the first 10, 15 levels with this. Like you get an ammo conversion, you get decent attachments pretty much all around, and that really does start at basically like level 10, 15. You get some great attachments to start off with here. If we were to look at a class setup like this, we would probably go with something like this by the end. This is sort of your ideal build by the end with your MX silencer for the accuracy and that sound suppression. The Cooper Custom Barrel is actually the first one you unlock. It does make you very accurate, gives you a bunch of horizontal recoil control, as well as an increase to our fire rate, which actually does increase our time to kill value, meaning we kill people faster. And take whatever optic you do prefer. It does take a little while to unlock the Slay Reflector, but it's not a bad option at all. Then the Cooper 45 RS, again, one of the first attachments that you unlock with this thing, a very, very good place to start for that initial recoil control and aim down side speed. Again, the SMLE pistol grip is not the ideal option, but you can go with like an M1941 hand stop once you unlock this thing. I think it's about 51, 52-ish in terms of that level unlock. But something like an M1930 Strife angle grip or even the SMLE pistol grip that we mentioned before are a good place to start as well. Magazine, again, as I mentioned, you do unlock this thing very, very early here, and this basically does give us a 3-shot kill at 750 RPM, which basically means we do get 160 milliseconds worth of time to kill, which if you've not experienced this game yet, that's actually a very, very fast number here. The ammo type, we usually want to go with lengthened here to increase our bullet velocity. This does affect our hit detection, meaning the bullets are going to hit the target as fast as possible. And again, this is another lovely early unlock for the Cooper Carbine. In the rear grip slot, we do go with the leather grip, just a nice aim down sight speed increase, but you can go with a fabric grip as well for more sprint to fire speed on top of aim down sight speed. In the proficiency, we do go with, again, tight grip here, another very early unlock with this thing. Accuracy and recoil during sustained fire, which when you do have a 45 round mag, very, very easy to hit shots with this thing. And then because we do have the kit here, we can take surplus because we are still wanting to level this thing up. And once you do unlock this, your XP will absolutely fly here. Plus, you can combine it with the newer operator, which does give you extra special XP bonuses for the Cooper Carbine. So just keep that in mind if you are still leveling this thing up on Christmas Day. The next one that you probably want to go with here is another starting weapon that you do get very, very early. I think it's one of the first SMGs, if not the first SMG that you unlock, and that's the MP40. This isn't the fastest killing weapon in the game. They did take away a 2-shot kill that you used to be able to get this thing with a larger magazine, and I believe it was the hollow point rounds. You can't get that 2-shot kill anymore, but again, this thing does still kill quite quickly. It's very, very easy to control. The iron sights are super clean. It's one of the absolute classic weapons in Call of Duty history. So again, a great place to start off with here with the MP40. And if we were to look at a class setup, we would probably go with something like this with like an M1929 silencer, again for the accuracy and the sound suppression. The Krausnik 317 MM04B barrel, another early unlock here. Again, highly accurate and controllable weapon, does give us about 40% horizontal recoil control. The optic, this is one of the later unlocks, if not one of the last unlocks that you can get with this thing, is the Krausnik ISO 1M. This is definitely worth it because you do get a very nice iron sight, as well as a nice amount of aim down sight speed here. But again, you can just start off with a slate reflector or even a NIDAR Model 47 once you are leveling this thing up. In the stock, again, sort of a later unlock. Again, we do have the VDD 34M for horizontal recoil control and aim down side speed. But again, a Krausnik 33M folding is also good for a rushing SMG style build. Again, the underbarrel, you can see that the M1941 hand stop is again a little bit of a later unlock here. So you can take something like a Mark 6 skeletal or even the M1930 Stripe angle group just to start us off with here. In the magazine, this is going to be one of the attachments that is a very, very late unlock here. The MP40 can feel a little bit rough until the 8mm Kurz 32 round mag, but if you do get the right weapon blueprint here, I believe it's on the shredder, you actually get these magazines for free, do excellent damage with this thing. It's a number of 46, and if you do manage to include the incendiary ammo on this thing, you get a little nice boost to about 9 burn damage on top, meaning you can actually get a 2-shot kill. The TTK isn't that fast on that 2-shot kill, but again, it's still a nice little boost as well. Rear grip, you can take a fabric grip again, or you can just start off with something like a leather grip for a bit of aim down side speed, a nice little boost to that as well. A little bit of a later unlock again, which is brace, again, that initial accuracy and recoil, but you can take steady, nerves of steel, like all these ones are pretty okay. There's not really a standout one here, then that's why we take brace as a later unlock. And then in the kit, again, when you are leveling this thing up, you probably want to go with surplus to get a little bit more XP when you are leveling it up, but we do take fully loaded to give us the most amount of starting ammo here. Next, we do have another one of my absolute favorite weapons in the game, but this is a little bit of an interesting one here. The automaton really only does come into its own and start to absolutely shine as a weapon when you combine some of the later unlocks. I believe one of the last unlocks that you do get is a magazine conversion, which is like level 69 or 70 or something. It's really, really late. Once you do combine this with that barrel attachment that we're about to talk about and this magazine, you absolutely delete. I think it's 158 milliseconds worth of time to kill. It's lightning fast, one of the fastest in the game. But as you are leveling this thing up, you'll find that it is an incredibly accurate weapon. You're not going to miss shots with this, but it can be a little lackluster in terms of that actual power. I believe it's until you get the magazine and of course the barrel. I believe it's like a 4 to 5 shot kill, which is not ideal in most circumstances, but once you unlock the stuff for it, this thing's a demon. Attachments, again, this is sort of what you want to aim towards as we were talking about. You get that barrel and you get that magazine attachment, and that does give you a damage number, I believe, 39? 39 at 759 RPM is about 158 to 160 milliseconds worth of time to kill value, which again is very, very fast. But again, as I said, this is a super, super late unlock here. So again, that Klauser 50 round mag does take you a very long time to unlock. So it's a little bit of a one to grind towards. Similar, we do have the Zach FA short, which actually does give us a nice boost to our damage. But when we don't have that magazine ammo attachment equipped, it doesn't really equate to too much in terms of bonus damage. I don't think it really pushes our damage number to like a 3 or a 4 shot kill here. So you can skip over this and you can take a Zach 600mm BFA just for more horizontal recoil control when you are starting to unlock these attachments. Again, you can take your MX silencer as a nice early unlock here. I usually use this on most weapons because I like to be suppressed on this thing, as well as being very accurate here with that horizontal recoil control. Again, your optic is whatever you do prefer it to be. I like the slate reflector for this particular weapon. Then the Zach skeletal, again, a little bit of a later unlock here. The rest of them aren't super great. Empress broadsword is nice for that initial accuracy and recoil and is a pretty early unlock. Then the underbarrel, another late unlock here, unfortunately, as well, with the M1941 hand stop, recoil control and accuracy. But you can get away with like a Carver foregrip just to start us off. Again, we talked about the magazine already, and then you probably want to go with length, and as you can see, this is again another later unlock here, which is a little unfortunate, but you can just take FMJ to get that little bit of extra punch through walls when we do start unlocking these attachments. Polymer grip, again, a little bit of a later unlock, but you can just take a fabric grip as well for more aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. And then the proficiency, you can again take something whatever you prefer in this slot, really. I like sleight of hand on this thing, but again, tight grip does make us more accurate here, so this is again up to you. And then tactical, we do have fully loaded, but again, I want to take surplus when we are leveling up these attachments to make this a little bit faster here. The next one is not actually something you're going to see everyone talk about in this game. It's actually the NZ41. Now, this is actually a very, very interesting weapon in Vanguard, but it is definitely worth unlocking because base stats on this thing, basically you can get a 2-shot kill with it. All you need to do is get a headshot with this thing and then follow it up with a body shot, which does 40 damage. Headshot does 60 damage, 100 health per life, easy 2-shot kill once you get these sort of right attachments going. Again, it's not too difficult to sort this thing out. I have this thing at level 41 and it's still able to get that 2-shot kill with that headshot and that body shot. This thing is a demon. It's a lot of fun to use. MX silencer, again, a nice early unlock here for that sound suppression and that accuracy. Again, the Orb Weaver 360mm is actually necessary here for increasing that ability to control that horizontal recoil. I believe this is a 40% increase. The interesting thing about this weapon is once you fire those first 5 or 6 shots, the weapon does actually start to sway side to side, which is again not ideal, but again you can just sort of reset that by stopping firing. You can sort of take a little bit of a second, and this actually does limit that sort of horizontal side to side sway that you do get here. So this is a very, very nice attachment once you do unlock this thing. Next, we do have your preferred optic of choice. I do usually like the slate reflector. I think this is a great combination here because as you can see, you do get that like the V style W looking iron sights on this thing, and it combines super, super nicely with the slate reflector. The LOR MK3 SC does make us a little bit more accurate during sustained fire, which, as we mentioned, after you do fire a couple of bullets here, it does sway side to side, but you probably want to be looking towards getting an LOR reinforced. Then the underbarrel, again, this is a little bit interesting here. I probably would go with like a Carver foregrip just to start us off. But again, we probably want to be working towards the M1941 hand stop. Magazine, do not take a magazine attachment on this thing. It all basically makes you worse at killing people. Then the frangible magazine, which is actually a little interesting here. When you shoot people in the leg here, it actually does make them very, very slow. But I would probably go with lengthened again for 8 extra bullet velocity. The rear grip, we do have a nice early unlock in the fabric grip for, again, aim down, sight speed, and sprint to fire speed. In the proficiency, a little bit of a later one, but we do have this unlocked by level 41, I believe, and this increases our flinch dealt in pinned. Meaning when you do shoot at people, they take some damage, their weapon's just going to go whoosh, straight up to the moon, and it's just going to be very, very hard for them to fight back. If you've been hit by this already, you know what this feels like. And in the kit, we do still have surplus because we are still leveling this thing up, which is a very, very nice weapon. A little bit of an interesting one to sort of start off with, but I definitely recommend it here for that 2-shot kill if you do get a headshot and then a body shot follow-up. And the last one that we are going to talk about here today is actually the Type 100. Now, this used to be one of the most broken guns in the game. You used to be able to get a 2-shot kill with this thing with the magazine ammo conversion, and again, the vital perk. That thing used to be an absolutely ridiculous weapon in this game, but they toned it down a little bit, but you do still get a ridiculously fast TTK value at about 180-ish milliseconds with this thing, which is again still very, very fast. That's a great number to hit in this game. Starting us off here again, shock me, the M1929 silencer. This is unfortunately a little bit of a later unlock, but you can take the Mercury for a similar experience. We do move to a later unlock again, which is a little unfortunate, but this is the Warabashi 134mm rapid barrel. This does increase our fire rate and our damage range, meaning we do get a faster time to kill with this thing. Again, this does take our fire rate, as I said, actually it's faster than I thought, at 845 rounds per minute, which is very, very good for our time to kill. Then in the optic, we do actually have a very late unlock here in the Sakura short irons, but you really can just take a slate reflector or even nothing. The iron sights in this thing are pretty clean as they are. Then the stock, and then a little later unlock again for the Shiraishi T100 for more horizontal recoil control and an aim down sight speed increase. But again, you can take like a Warabashi skeletal again for a little bit of extra sprint to fire speed. In the underbarrel, we do have the M1941 hand stop again for a little bit of a later unlock. It's a little unfortunate, but this thing does make us more accurate here and controllable. Then the magazine, another one that you do want to spend the time to unlock with 30 Russian short 30 round mags. Again, this does increase our bullet velocity, range, bullet penetration, and our damage. It does, as I said, take that damage number to 40 damage per bullet at 845 RPM, making me a very, very fast killing weapon in this game. So keep an eye out for this one as well as you do later unlocks. The ammo type, we do have again the latest unlock in lengthen for that bullet velocity increase, but it's nice to start off with that FMJ rounds as well once you are leveling this thing up. And then the fabric grip, again, a very late unlock here in this particular one, which is a little unfortunate because we do love aim down sight speed. But again, you can just take a leather grip just if you are looking for that aim down sight speed as. Proficiency, we go with sleight of hand here for a faster reload speed, but gung ho is nice as well at a little bit of an early unlock for firing while sprinting, a goofy option. And then in the kit, you probably want to run with surplus while you are leveling these things up, but fully loaded once you get this is really nice as well. So hopefully this did help you out. If you did open Vanguard on Christmas Day, you got a present early, you got something like that going on. Basically, these are the guns that you do want to spend your time leveling up, unlocking, moving towards, because some of the best weapons in the game do have very, very late unlocks, which is a little unfortunate, but it means you can spend a lot of time grinding these weapons, and you will always be moving towards something positive, as some of the later unlocks for a lot of these weapons really do make some of the guns in this game very, very powerful. I'm talking the automaton. That thing's broken once you get all the later unlocks. Again, thank you very much for watching this one. As I said, if you did open this on Christmas Day, make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it very much does help me out. And again, hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!